The Melbourne cricket ground is heaving, a sea of green and gold with streaks of Indian blue. It is Boxing Day 2024, the fourth test of a five-match Australia versus India series, and more than 70,000 people have settled in for a long, hard grind. The series is level. India crushed Australia by 295 runs in Perth. Australia replied with a 10-wicket win in Adelaide. Rain dulled the Gabba. Now Melbourne is the pivot. Whoever wins here goes 2-1 up and grabs control of the Border Gavaskar Trophy. Pat Cummins wins the toss and bats. For the first half hour it looks risky. The ball seams, Bumrah and Siraj find movement, and there is enough green in the pitch to make every play and miss feel dangerous. Then the nerves settle and Australia's top order finally line up together. On Boxing Day debut, Sam Konstas looks like he has been batting at the MCG his whole life. Khawaja does what he always does here, leaving on length, nudging off his pads, refusing to chase wide tempers. Khawaja reaches 50 to a familiar rumble. When Konstas raises his own half-century, the noise jumps again. India keep coming, but the scoreboard keeps moving. At number 4, Steve Smith claims the stage. He lets balls go late, leans into cover drives, then whips anything straight through mid-wicket. Bumrah bangs it in, changes angles, tries around the wicket. Smith survives it all, and ball by ball he drains the bowlers. By the time he clips his 100, Smith has faced close to 200 balls. The middle order has chipped in and disappeared, but Australia are already well over 300. When he finally falls, Cummins and Nathan Lyon turn nuisance runs into something bigger. Edges through third man, nudges to fine leg. The odds swing down the ground. India cannot finish the innings. Australia are bowled out for 474. On a surface that still has life, it feels like a first-day statement. India's reply begins the way Australian fans like it to begin. Early wickets, nervous prods, talk of a follow-on. Then Yashasvi Jaiswal and Shreyas Iyer push back. They drive on the up, cut behind point, and suddenly the MCG sounds like Mumbai. For an hour on day 2, it is blue flags and drums for every boundary. Each time India looks set, someone in a baggy green slams the door. Scott Boland ties down one end. Lyon finds just enough bite to beat the bat. Cummins produces one of those captain spells where every ball looks like a chance. India slide again from safety back into danger. The match turns when Nitish Kumar Reddy walks in, 7 down and miles behind. He starts with survival, wearing a few, playing late, leaving anything he can. With Washington Sundar beside him, he drags India away from the cliff. Once he is set, the shots come. Drives past mid-off, clips behind square, a couple of clean hits straight that take the breath out of the crowd. As he moves into the 90s, even some of the locals stand. When he reaches his maiden Test 100 at the MCG, it feels like the series has been yanked back to level. India are all out for 369, and the lead is cut to 105. Given where India had been, it feels like a win inside a loss. Australia's second innings is a scrap from ball 1. Bumrah is magnificent. Only remembers nightmare chases from the past. Then the tail misbehaves again. Cummins and Lyon quietly steal the calm. They leave better than they did in Perth, defend with softer hands, cash in on anything short. An early wicket falls, but Rishabh Pant joins Jaiswal and the mood shifts. Pant plays his usual chaos, skipping down to Lyon, carving through point, forcing strange feet. 40 is still a long way away. But the pitch looks honest and there are plenty of overs left. Indian supporters sing and Australian fans sit very still. Then the last session begins. Cummins takes the ball and becomes the version of himself that wins big series. Heavy length just outside off stump, over after over. Plays him. Pant goes first, one shot too many. Jaiswal follows, drawn into a drive that is more hope than control. From 112 for 3, India unravel. An edge flies to second slip, an LBW is given after a long review, and the roar says everything. A weary drive floats to cover. The lower order, who had been heroes earlier in the match, cannot repeat the miracle. In less than 15 overs, India slide to 155 all out. 7 wickets fall for just 34 runs. The MCG explodes. Australia have won by 184 runs, and taken a 2-1 series lead. Cummins finishes with another pile of wickets and a fistful of gritty runs. Bumrah, brilliant again with 9 wickets for the match, walks off staring at a scoreboard that does not care how well he bowled. Across 5 days, a Boxing Day crowd has poured through the gates. Families in green and gold, bays of Indian blue, kids seeing their first test. By the final afternoon, it feels less like a match and more like a shared memory. For Australia, the win is a reminder that whatever happens in India, this is still their fortress. For India, it is another chapter in a rivalry that never seems to pause. This has been Cruel Law, the 2024 Boxing Day Test in Melbourne. This one will live with both teams and both nations for a long time.